hello, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where you can come here first to quench your reality thirst, and where we put the tea in reality. Period. I am your girl Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. And today I'm just drinking water out of a bottle of water because hydration and all that. And but if I did have something to drink, I would drink it out of this lovely cup mug. It's
Link in the description below.
Link in the description, and if you're watching, it's triggering across the screen. LanaGCreations.etsy.com, where you can get all your cup merch, hats, but you want the cup because all the cool kids have one. Period.
Exactly.
And when I say all the cool kids have one, they're all getting theirs. If they haven't gotten one, they're getting one soon enough.
I'm working on it.
It's happening.
And I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay. Gay, we are drinking crack tea. I made a new batch. It's not my favorite. I went for like a fruit punch situation. That was the end goal. However, I added a bit too much grape. And me personally, I'm not a huge fan of artificial grape. So it kind of just tastes like grape. I'm going to drink it because it provides me with caffeine and I made it. So I'm not going to waste it. I'm not one of those people. But Lana, it's episode 7.
Yep. Survivor 44. And it was an episode.
We were talking. Yeah.
We're going to say this off the top. We didn't like it. We didn't care for it. And we are not we're not in the minority on this not liking this episode.
Oh no.
A lot of people. And when I say a lot, I mean pretty much everybody I've seen on my timeline.
And on mine.
And many people on podcasts who I've watched.
I was gonna say even the podcasters that are normally like trying to stay neutral, they were like, no, this wasn't it.
Yeah. This did it all. I am so sorry to anybody who put this together and decided that this was a great idea. It was a bad one. It was just not good. It was just because, I don't know if it's because we're used to Survivor being a certain way, but I don't even think that's the case because we don't mind twists. We don't mind advantages. We don't mind the different things that come in the game, but they have to make sense for the fans to enjoy this. And this twist didn't make sense for the game, especially because it's right after merge. Like we just merged last episode. Yeah. We just merged.
Well, and this is the first true merge episode. Like that wasn't even merge.
That wasn't even merge. That was mergatory. I'm sorry, I cut you off, but
no, you're fine. I'm just saying, like, if you had done well, and the thing is, they basically did this last episode. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah. And it makes no sense.
Well, and then what baffled me was that Jeff was like, this is the first time that group immunity has been won. No, it hasn't, because literally every mergatory you've had for the past 4 seasons have been group immunity because you earn your way into the... This is the first episode this season that I truly have not liked. I have found something that I've liked about every single other episode, and honestly, this pre-merge was fantastic. Like, looking back at that pre-merge, it was great. Like, the dynamics were great. The twists, even if they weren't the best twist, still provided a little bit of drama and intrigue. this
Yeah.
this twist just did not do it for me.
This
And
was, yeah.
I'm
Oof.
frustrated.
Yeah, it was very frustrating. It was annoying. It was not good. Um, I just I didn't like it, but we'll get into what
Yeah.
everything was because we are just talking about how we felt. So now
Yeah.
let's talk about what the episode actually was.
Yeah.
So we get to the beach,
Yeah.
the Vuvu, is it Vuvu?
Vava.
Vava. Vava. Miss
Yeah. So
44.
yeah. So I did love that. It was Carson that suggested.
No, it was actually Jam Jam.
Oh, it was Jam Jam because he joked Jam Jam means survivor in Fijian, and I was like, you better, because Jam Jam is all now like, I know I'm on the bottom. I
Mm-hmm.
need to charisma the fuck out of this
Uh-huh.
tribe right now, and I need my charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent to get me through these votes and get me into a majority situation. And
Exactly.
then yeah, so Carson was like, I memorized a Fijian word. Of course you did.
Of
Of course you
course.
did. Like, okay, to be fair, I would too. But like but yeah, so Jam Jam says that the word for four in Fijian is va. So va being, I don't know if that's exactly what the number 44 is in
Right. It could have been
Fijian.
just 4-4, but you know.
Yeah.
But it works.
I'm actually kind of curious now. I think
Um,
Fijian is available. Fijian. Fijian. Nope. Okay, let's find.
well, while you're looking that up, I'll continue to talk about after they come up with that. They're
Mhm.
talking about what they're going to do and how this, new trial. It was just a lot of chitter chatter for the first, you know, part of the game. Everybody was happy that Josh was gone and, what else.
Okay, so I have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not correct at all.
Mm-hmm.
So 44, according to omniglot.com, 44 would be Vasagavulu Kava.
Okay, so that been way too much to put on tribe name.
Not necessarily, but
Vasa
four.
Vakula
We'll leave with
Kava.
4-4. That's fine.
Right, because
Whatever.
what tribe do you know was gonna be Vasa Vakula Vava
It's still
Kava?
better than Murica.
I mean, anything's better than Murica. They could just get up there and say Booga Booga, and it'd be better than Murica.
You're not wrong.
Like, seriously. But like I said, it was just a lot of chit chat talking about, how they felt about tribal, blah, blah. It wasn't really a lot of, I mean, the tribe was all
From
talking.
epicurious.com. Being a good cook means being able to think on your feet, to improvise with food, to instinctively know the most efficient order in which to prep each ingredient in order to get dinner on the table as quickly as possible.
Alexa, thank you.
You're so welcome. Your kindness really gives me a charge.
Anyway,
That was so
that was
unnecessary,
great.
but perfect. Unnecessarily perfect. Had nothing to do with what we were talking about. But
Yeah.
um, but as the tribe was talking and everybody was together, Matt and Franny were not. They decided to go wander through the Fijian islands together.
How are you? I was like, I hate this. I hate this so much. I'm over this. I don't need this anymore.
They're poking each other's noses.
I was gonna say I hate
Amen.
straight people, but one of them isn't. So
I mean, this
anyway.
is the thing. Everybody loved them when they first started. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, the showmanson. Oh, so. And what did I say? I don't like showmances in Survivor.
I mean, that's still my winner pick right there, but
I never like showmances in Survivor. I don't think showmances in Survivor are ever cute to me. They're never, because for several reasons. And let me be honest, people fall in love and it'd be great for them. And I'm
Mhm.
not crapping on people's relationships. I
Mhm.
just don't find Survivor sexy and cute where people can be cute because they're dirty, they're stinky, they're funky, and then they all up on each other. Tell us, oh, you're so cute. That's so gross to me. Like I just can't. That's just a me problem. That's a me thing. I wouldn't feel sexy enough to be flirting with somebody out in Survivor as I got dirt in places where dirt shouldn't be, and we trudging through mud and I have to go poop in the ocean. Like there's nothing sexy about that where I feel comfortable flirty and cute and see, oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute.
No.
No. I
No.
don't like showmances in Survivor because I feel like Survivor is a game where you come into outwit, outlast, outplay, and I can't outwit and outplay you if I'm too caught up in trying to be with you. So I want to be able to just cut you on a dime, like
Yeah.
everybody. Everybody needs to be getting that smoke. Like I need to feel that way about everybody throughout the game. I trust you to a point, but I'll cut you any second. And I
Yeah.
can't do that if my mind is clouded with, oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, they're so cute. I ain't got time. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
And we go from what the showman's whatever to it's Brandon, Matt, and I forget who else was there. But they're talking about the idol situation that happened in episode 1 when Brandon finds the birdcage idol
I think it was
and he's
Lauren.
like, I think it was Lauren. Side note, Lauren, love. Just like continue to, but like
Yeah.
every time she's on my screen, I'm like, Lauren. I'm
Still
just
love.
like, yes.
Still love. Mm-hmm.
It's her, it's really honestly, it's her accent. I just, oh, I'm obsessed with her. I truly do enjoy Lauren a lot. We'll talk about her iconic moment later at Tribal, but so yeah, so it's Brandon, Lauren, and Matt, and Brandon's like, yeah, so I got in the birdcage, and there were 2 idols in there, and one of them was real, and one of them was fake. And Matt starts to put the puzzle pieces together, and he goes, oh, well, when I opened the birdcage, there was only one idol. So my idol is fake.
Mm-hmm.
And as if this man's game couldn't get worse, he is finally at a point where he can vote at a tribal. Because he's passed his 2 votes that he lost from going on that first journey. Now he can vote again. But he's realized that his idol is fake. And he starts to put more pieces together, and he's like, well, Danny was acting really weird. Danny has an idol.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is trying to, he's now trying to put a target on Danny. Danny, very early on in this episode, is like, we need to target Lauren. I'm like, what do you mean we're targeting Lauren? Incorrect, sir.
I'm very much like looking at Danny with a very big side eye because Danny has only vocally wanted to target 2 people in this game. One being Josh and the other now being Lauren. And I ain't saying it, but I'm just thinking it. And as long as I'm thinking it, I'm just gonna keep thinking it. And I'm just like, why, sir? Why Josh? Why Lauren? Now he honestly, Lauren having the extra vote could be a reason, and that's the game reason. And I'm like, okay. That's why I'm
Yeah.
not saying it. I'm just thinking it.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. I think I'm not going to be defending any sort of bias that Danny may or may not have. I'm not saying anything about that. What I will say is that Lauren having an extra vote and a very public extra vote, and Josh having, you know, all of the kerfuffle around his idol and like lying to certain people and all of that, like, I'm just saying those are factors. I'm with you.
I mean,
but
I would say I would agree with that if he wasn't targeting Josh before he even left Soka.
You're not wrong in the slightest.
And it had nothing to do with any idol of any kind. It was just Josh think has both of us, so he's got to go. And I'm like,
yeah, no, I agree with you. I think there are
though.
factors that could contribute otherwise, but I would. We're
But
not
like I
saying
said,
it, but
I ain't saying it. I'm just thinking it.
now if his next target after Lauren is Brandon, then we'll reconsider this idea.
Brandon, I'm saying it. I'm gonna say it. And I'm gonna say it loud and proud, but I'm not saying it right now.
Nope.
But yeah, his target is Lauren.
Yeah.
So and he has a lot of people supporting that decision as well.
Well, it's all of Hisoka's.
They're like, yeah, because she has that extra vote. We definitely need to look at that, which I understand. Although I'm like, if I knew somebody had a public extra vote, why don't I try to get that public extra vote to be used in a way to benefit me?
Yeah.
Instead of going after them.
Absolutely.
And publicly saying it so that it can get back to that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
and yeah, who's in the middle? Tika. Tika's in the middle. But
Tika's
in the war that's brewing.
Because Ratu and Soka are going after each other. But Tika, with their two people, sit right in the middle. And I kind of love it for them.
There are three people that at this point I would not be mad at going further in the game. Two of them further than the other one, but three people that I would not mind going further in the game at this point.
Okay.
Because you know what? I've kind of come back around on Carson. It's been a tumultuous journey with me and regarding Carson, the character on this show. But, I think I'm back around.
I've never left him. That's my winner pick.
That is your winner pick. Yeah.
Never left him.
Lana, we have to talk about the challenge now. So we go to the challenge.
What I want to talk about, but okay.
So we go to the challenge, and it's a pretty standard classic Survivor challenge. Hold up the pole. This time it's a ball on the end. Sometimes it's like a giant statue. But hold on. And if you drop, you're out. But there's a twist. And in the abbreviated words of Hannah Chada, this was not a good twist. So Jeff is going to randomly divide the groups into 2 groups of 5. And with 11 people, we'll talk about that. 2 groups of 5. And the person who lasts the longest on either team wins immunity. And mind you, if it had stopped there, I'd have been like, great, cool, double immunity. I'm not horribly mad at that. I think that's fine.
Right.
But then he says, and then the person who lasts the longest overall wins immunity for their whole team. So the whole team is safe. You will go to tribal. You will watch from the jury box.
But you could not vote.
And you can't vote. Meaning that at maximum, 6 people would have been voting. So they draw the teams. And I thought it was just ever so slightly interesting the way that the teams were drawn. Because you have the orange team, which is Franny, Carolyn, Carson, Danny, and Heidi. Sure. And then you have the purple team, Jam Jam, Matt, Lauren, Brandon, and Jamie. And I wonder what all 5 of those people have in common. I wonder, Lana. I wonder. I wonder. The only thing that would have made this worse is if Carson had been drawn into orange and Heidi had the gray rock. That's the only thing that would have made it worse.
Carson had the gray rock and chose
Yeah.
to go to orange. Like he didn't.
That is
go
correct.
to
Yeah.
orange. He chose to go to orange because he.
But
felt
I'm
like
saying
Yeah.
along the lines that were drawn,
the lines
it,
drawn.
it would have been worse if Heidi was in the middle and Carson had been, because then it would have been everyone white and everyone POC and Heidi in the middle. But but yeah, so Carson has the gray rock. He has to choose, so he wins or loses with the team that he chooses. He chooses orange. And yeah, this challenge, I think it lasted what, an hour?
An hour and
Something like that.
So yeah, they had just like stand on this beam and hold the things with the balls on the things. And so they started and they held it. And the orange team wasn't doing so hot at the beginning.
No, because first one out to nobody's surprise is Carolyn.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh baby, no.
And I get it. Like I would have been Carolyn, like, baby, no, I'm out.
I don't know. I would have done horrible in this challenge. My upper body strength is not my forte necessarily. Like I have more full body strength than I do upper body strength. So I think I probably would have lasted maybe about as long as like Jamie did. I think that's maybe where I would have tapped out.
Look, I'm saying you're saying that as you're like wrenching your back because it's hurting right now.
Oh, 100%. I just put I just used a roll on my back.
Right,
like,
that's what I said.
No, because
as your back is hurting right now, you're talking about
100%. No, because I think I would have done fine.
But no,
but
the beam, standing on those little beams, and you holding that up, your back would have been wrenched. I know mine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yes, thank you for calling me out on that, Lana. I really appreciate you calling me out like that in this moment.
It's
my back just wouldn't pop, so I was like, okay, it's not a spinal issue, it's a muscle issue. So
it's what I do. I see things, I call out nonsense. But okay.
Well, fine then. But yeah, so very quickly it comes down to Franny and Danny versus everyone on purple except for Lauren. Lauren drops fairly early into the comp. And then almost out of nowhere, Danny drops.
Just drops.
And Franny wins immunity. And I was like, yay! I was like, yes, Franny! I love it! I'm so excited. So now she's competing against all of purple.
We forgot to mention, this is also a reward challenge as well. And they gave them a reward of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and chips and tea.
Y'all have starved them for 2 weeks, and that's all you can give them.
Sure. Great. Whatever. But this is like, so this is where I was very much like, Franny, you already are safe. Franny, you want Matt to stay. Franny,
right?
You want Lauren to stay because you want to work with Lauren and you want to work with Matt, and you know.
Oh, I thought she wanted Lauren out.
She liked Lauren.
Okay.
She wanted Lauren to stay at this point.
Yeah.
She was
probably not anymore, but
yeah. But she was like, yeah, I can, we can do this. So I'm like, you're already safe. Hold your thing up. Just
because you have in theory 2 easy votes.
Right.
In either Carson or Carolyn. Mind you, I wouldn't have wanted either one of them to go home.
No, I wouldn't. Or Kane even.
That is true. Well, because
Kane would have been for her. Kane would have been an easy vote for her.
Oh yeah, because that was what
Two Rock,
Franny.
Franny,
Because
Heidi,
Franny,
and Danny,
Heidi.
all on one team. That's all Soka on one team. And then you
Yeah.
had Carolyn, who you could probably get to go where you needed to go. And then Carson, as
Yeah,
long as
because
you stay
Kane.
not
Yeah, because
Carson,
Kane would have been the only person. Yeah. Oh
on
my God.
Ratu.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
because
would
it
have
would
been
have been three
three Sokas,
Soka, two Tika,
two,
and a Ratu. Well, kind of, sort of. Carson, yeah, but
but Carson would have been,
original.
yeah, I
Original
think
Tika.
Carson would
Yeah.
have been like, if they all said Kane, Carson would have been like, okay, it's Kane.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I'm just like, girl, just I know you hungry and you probably want this peanut butter and jelly. That's
Yeah.
great, but you already won, and you just ate the feast, the merge feast. You just ate, so you're
Did
not
she?
starving,
Oh, yeah,
starving.
she did.
Yeah, so you're not like starving, starving,
Huh.
starving. When you ain't ate ever, so
Hmm.
just fall off the beam. That way you save your man and you save.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, honestly.
I
But
would have dropped that so fast. Like, I'm safe. I don't care about none of these people.
mhm, yeah.
But that's not what
Huh.
happened. That's not what happened. That's not what she did. She held
No.
on. She held on. And Jamie fell. And then Matt fell. And Jam Jam fell. And it came down to Brandon and Franny both
Yeah,
holding on.
So Brandon won the immunity for purple.
Exactly.
And
And
then
so
out
he
of
fell.
nowhere, Brandon drops.
He drops. And Franny wins. Franny
So
wins overall, so that means Carolyn, Carson, Jamie, Kane, and Heidi are also safe.
yeah.
So Jeff then informs the teams that the orange team is going to go back to the beach
Yep.
and they're going to have their peanut butter and jelly just waiting for them.
Which is the Ratu original beach.
Right.
Yeah, which is the
But the losing team is going to have to go to the original Soka beach. And in that moment, Matt was like, oh crap, I didn't bring my bag with me with any of my things in there. And I don't have it.
he just had such a series of unfortunate events on this season
Very, very
of
much.
Survivor, honestly.
And this is, well, we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate, but they had to go back to the Soco Beach. They couldn't talk
Yep.
to anybody, and just the four people who were going to. So Brandon is now safe.
Yeah.
He can't be voted out. So that just leaves Jamie, Matt, Jam Jam, and Lauren for the votes. 4
Yeah.
votes.
Well, there's 5 votes, 4 people eligible to be voted.
5 votes, 4 people to be chosen.
Well, 6 votes hypothetically.
Right.
Because remember, Lana, Lauren has an extra vote.
She has an extra vote. I don't know if anybody
extra
heard
vote.
that or if we said that. She has an extra vote.
Extra vote.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like JLP where he's like, did you know it's blood versus water? Because it's blood versus water. Guess what, y'all? Is blood thicker than water? Does Lauren have an extra vote? It's heroes versus villains.
It's heroes versus villains.
Are the heroes going to come out on top or are the villains?
Mm-hmm.
Does Lauren have an extra vote? Lauren's extra vote.
It's a hero, or is Lauren's extra vote a hero or a villain? Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say hero. I like her, but then again, I like villains anyway. Yeah. So not a whole lot honestly happens with the purple group, because it becomes very clear. Lauren, Brandon, and Jamie have their majority. Yep. It's Matt or Jam Jam, and Matt and Jam Jam try to come up with this plan. They're gonna try to vote out Lauren.
Mm-hmm. Because Matt's like, it's Lauren.
For some reason.
Extra
vote. Oh, yeah. No, it's extra vote. Extra vote.
It's extra vote. It's Lauren because she has that extra vote.
Did somebody mention extra vote?
Mm-hmm.
So, what is wild is what happens with the safe group. So, they get their reward. They're doing their thing. There's a mystery message. Ooh.
Open
and so
together after you finish.
So they finish. Thank God they let them finish.
Yeah, because What's better than it'd be worse than letting them open it right away and then they see it and we can't really enjoy this with this on the loose and what
Well,
this is
sure. Let's let them all run on an empty stomach or on a full
right,
stomach. Why not? Sure.
right.
So
Full
they.
of peanut butter just sitting in their guts. Just let them run around.
Oh God,
Crazy,
no,
crazy.
absolutely not. So they all eat, and they're all like, "Well, we all want Matt to be safe. Don't you agree, Carolyn?" And Karen's like, "No." I'm close to Jam Jam. I've spoken to Matt maybe once. Like, what do you mean everybody wants Matt safe? Huh?
Everybody does
So,
not, but
no. No.
no.
But, so they all finish eating. Franny reads the message, and it says that there's a new advantage in the birdcage. There, there were like, what, 50 keys? Probably
Mhm.
something like that. There were keys scattered around the jungle. When you find a key, you have to run to the birdcage and try to unlock it. And the first person to unlock the birdcage gets the key. You can't like stack keys. So you can't like find 5 of them and then go try all of them at the same time. Once you find one, you have to run to the birdcage and try it. Go. And everyone's just like, panic.
Go, go. Everybody's
So
running.
they're running around, and Heidi ends up finding the advantage. And at first I was like, oh good, Heidi found something. Yay. I like that she's like, she has something. Because I do like Heidi. And I think
Mhm.
I'm happy that she's getting airtime. I'm happy she's now a little bit more relevant in the season.
Mhm.
And then she reads what the advantage is. And the advantage is a control a vote advantage. So she gets to tell one of the 5 people that will be voting at Tribal tonight, and it's only eligible for this Tribal. She gets to tell one of them exactly how to vote as if she was the one in the group casting the vote. Yes, Lana. Go for it.
This is very
I'm
annoying.
gonna sit back and watch.
This this is very annoying because not only did you throw this twist in to split the tribe up and have 6 people safe from a vote with 2 people also safe with immunity. But then you turn around and throw in an advantage to take away a vote from somebody whose life is in jeopardy in this game. You can turn around and say, hey, you don't have a vote. You have to vote the way I want you. What is the purpose of all of this? What was the point of this in the first place if you just go keep throwing like so much power in one round is ridiculous. This cast could hold this game by itself without all of these advantages and twists and turns. And the fact that they're not letting them do that lets me know that they don't trust in their cast when they're casting these people. Because if you have to feel the need and the necessity to throw twist and advantage in this game at one time, for why? It's so produced, it's annoying. Like this
Yeah.
whole I didn't mind the fake idols with the real idols and that was fine.
I thought that was a cute little twist. I thought
I
that
think that
sure.
was interesting, sure, but was it I still feel like it's like you're trying to make a moment happen instead of just letting the moments happen. It's like people make fake idols all the time in Survivor. They didn't need you to produce one to put it in the game to make it happen. It was going to happen eventually. It always does. Somebody always makes a fake idol. You don't need to create the moments to make the moments because the best moments in Survivor was organic and natural and where we were like, oh, I ain't see that coming. But when you do stuff like plant two fake idols everywhere, we see it coming. And even with all these fake idols being happening, none of it was used. None of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamie still has one, and we don't even know if she will ever use it. It's just not. It's too much. It's way too much. The producers are trying so hard to make moments when moments in Survivor just happen. They've been happening for 43 seasons before this one. Let them happen. And it's just so frustrating. Like that was too much power when you already threw it. The twist should have been enough. The twist should have been it. We didn't need this advantage. They should have just gave Heidi a immunity idol and called it a day. You
Or
got this idol.
honestly, at this point, give her knowledge is power.
Give it
I don't care.
I don't care. But don't give her the right to take away a vote when you already shaved the tribe down by half. That makes no sense. It was really dumb and really too much power, and it just didn't make sense for this. And I didn't like it at all. I thought it was ridiculous, but it is what it is. I'm done.
Oh, don't worry, because I'm about to start.
Okay.
No, this felt like some org bullshit. Honestly, I feel like I've seen this twist before in an org. I feel like I was in an org that used this twist, honestly. But like, my difficulty here is just like the number one thing that you are, but I guess before the new era, the number one thing that you were guaranteed to have in the game of Survivor is your vote. Regardless of what other advantages or idols or whatever, or individual immunity or tribal immunity, you had your vote. And now in this new era, it's like, who knows? Like literally, I think Matt cast one vote. And he went to 4 tribal councils. And it's just like, why are we changing the game so dramatically? And someone said it online, and I wish I knew who it was, and I wish I could credit them. If I remember, I'm going to put it in the description if I can find it. But someone was like, it feels like Jeff Probst went into quarantine, came up with just a list of every idea under the sun, and then said, let's just stack this, and this. Like literally throwing darts at a wall to decide what twists we were going to use on any given season. And just see what happens. And it's like Survivor shouldn't be a see what happens kind of game. Like we have stuck through the show for 44 freaking seasons. Why are you changing the premise of the game when it works? And mind you, some of these twists have been really good. The birdcage idea, I loved. Honestly, I think that's probably the most successful thing to come out of this season thus far. The Mergatory twist, I think, was fine to start out with. It's just gotten a little stale at this point. And I sincerely hope they do something else with 45. Because if we're going to continue in this trajectory, I'm just going to switch to watching International Survivor only. Because even with Australian Survivor, yes, it's produced. And yes, there's production riggery and all that kind of stuff. But it still feels like the organic game of Survivor at the end of the day. And it doesn't feel like that anymore with US Survivor. Okay. And I'm just frustrated. That's all. Okay, we're done. So now there's the whole debacle. Heidi tells Franny that exactly what the advantage is. And he's like, oh, good. Heidi listens to people. She can be easily swayed. But at the end of the day, Heidi's going to do what she thinks is best for her game. And I'm like, so you can manipulate her, but she's going to do what she wants to do?
I don't understand how that
Franny.
Come on. Huh?
Okay, Diva. Work, Diva.
Work.
And so Heidi by herself is like, oh, this would be really great to potentially save Matt and Jam Jam. And I was like, okay, great, cool. Yeah, go save Matt and Jam Jam. Sure. Like, you really like Jam Jam. I like that you like Jam Jam. I love that. Let's do that. Let's do it. And
Only
then
thing is, I was like, yeah, I like that, but then who are you gonna go for? And then they said Lauren,
Lauren
and
has her extra vote.
got an extra vote, and I was like, I don't
I
love that.
truthfully, I wish Lauren had just used her extra vote in this episode. Like, I know it's gonna be useful for her in the future, especially now that we have this like Soka Ratu war going on, and that extra vote will come in very handy at that point. But half of me is kind of just like, I wish she had just played it and been like, here, the extra vote is gone. My target is severely diminished. Don't target me. The other part of me is like, I know it's going to be useful in the future, but
I mean, if it was just that simple, I would say, yeah, I agree with that. But she could have used it, and she still would have been the target because some people got a hard on for her, so they wouldn't go let it go, and they're still not going to let it go.
no.
But anyway, so we get to everybody's thinking about what they should do to save Matt and Jam Jam, and you know, uh, Carolyn's like she really don't want Jam Jam to go.
Mm-hmm.
Franny is like, I really don't want Matt to go. We can make it happen. But then Heidi's like, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, how to make it work. I don't know if I had the power to make it work. And Franny is like, what do you mean?
You are the
You're
only
the
person.
only person that has the power to make it work. And I was like, actually, Franny, you had the power to make it work. You just chose not to do it. Heidi could have the power to make it work, but she could choose not to do it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's just like you. But
yeah, honestly, I kind of wish this twist had been more like drawing rocks instead of Heidi choosing someone. Because you draw a rock before Heidi says who she wants you to vote for. I think that maybe would have mitigated a little bit of the power, potentially.
Or a rock with their name on it, and whoever had that, if the rock come out with their name, that's who you have to control their vote. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Something like
else.
that. Something to mitigate that. This just, like we said, it's just a little too overpowered. But
Yeah. But
um,
we get to
we
tribal.
go to tribal, yeah. So it's very much so Matt or Jam Jam. It's Matt or Jam Jam, and we get both of their emotional story arcs. They both cry, and I'm just like this whole time too, mind you. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, but isn't Lauren getting voted out still? Like, I'm still in my mind. I'm like, but Matt and Jam Jam are voting for Lauren, and then someone else, like Heidi, is gonna steal, like, I don't know, Jamie's vote and have Jamie vote for Lauren, and then Lauren goes home.
So this is what I was worried about also. And this is another little moment. I won't say a full-blown rant. It's just a half rant.
Okay.
And my rant is with Franny. Because Franny, my dear, you have to be the most oblivious person in this week. Like, this was Franny's week of oblivion. Because if you are so concerned about Matt going home, you know he has maybe an idol. She knows that, right?
To your knowledge, in her knowledge, he has an idol.
Exactly. So you know this, that he has an idol. Could be a real idol. And you know, my thing is, if I go back to camp and I'm sitting around camp and I look and I see my man's bag is still here. He didn't take his bag. Like, you have to be observant when you're doing Survivor. And the people who I'm looking out for, I'm gonna make sure I'm looking out for them, like looking out for them. How you gonna not see his bag and not take his bag to tribal with you? Like, what? I don't even know if they even if I don't know if they gonna let me give it to him or not, I'm taking it just in case I can negotiate my way of giving him this bag, because I know he has an idol in there that can save him. To my knowledge, is the real idol. Not to mention his shot in the dark. Everything is in this bag. When Matt was like, I hope Franny brings my bag. Girl, that is your job as the woman who is trying to protect your man, is to make sure he got every opportunity to be safe. You can't depend on these people and Heidi's advantage to make sure he's safe. You got to make sure all grounds are. I would have brought that dang bag. And when Matt was like, is that my bag? And Freddie was like, what bag? I was like, girl, are you freaking kidding me?
I
was like, you didn't even bring this man's bag. I know you saw that bag. I know you saw his bag. You
were laying in the shelter at one point.
Where you and him lay. Where his bag is.
Not anymore.
Now he ain't. No, I mean, I'm just like, girl.
Oh, God.
You did not see his bag?
See, when you do clownery.
Oh, I was just like, no. You ain't noticed he ain't take his bag with him to the challenge, and you know he didn't come back to the regular beach, so his bag is still at the... Was peanut butter and jelly that important to you? Did you
apparently
turn mind? Like you wasn't thinking about this game and the numbers. Oh, we have a guest who just joined us, and I'm here for it. Lana's doing the same thing.
I got it. It's Robyn.
Hello. Oh my God.
Speaking of when you do clownery, Robyn, not you doing clownery, them doing clownery on you, I'm going to assume.
Oh, who did clownery on me?
Your org?
No.
Oh, work, never mind.
I'm about to say, obviously not her, not night one, not ever, not Robyn.
No. Right, hello? No,
I was like...
no, for real, I could have been here way earlier. Girl, when I tell you, I fucking forgot. Because it was literally night one and we didn't do much. It was just like, introduce the people, introduce you to your tribe mate, and that's it. And
no, I fully thought your method. I fully thought your method.
Oh shit! I was looking at all the Discord pages. I'm like, oh fuck, the cup is right there. Let me just say, I apologize for missing.
No, we're still here. We started late, so it's all good. No, I fully thought your message meant you had already been voted out. That's what I thought happened. Yeah. I was like, not them getting voted out night one.
Not Robyn ever in this life.
No.
Unless I'm being like really chaotic and I want to be voted out first.
Sure. No, we're just complaining.
Yeah, we were just talking about tribal council. We're at tribal council, and we were talking about... I was just on my little rant about Franny not bringing Matt's bag to tribal. And I'm like, you supposed to be protecting your man.
Yeah.
That's your man.
Yeah. And the thing, and I get it too, right? Franny is not this man's mother. She don't need to bring his bag or nothing. But first of all, you already screwed him by not throwing that challenge.
Drop it.
You know what? I do give props to Franny because, like, I get it. You're on Survivor. You want to win a challenge. You're adrenaline, you know. But also, you got to think about like what's good for you in the long term.
She already had immunity too.
Right. So like, it sucked to see that, but yeah, the least she could have did was bring that man's bag.
Because you knew he didn't bring it to the challenge, and he didn't go back to the beach. So you know.
I'm sure she knows him enough to be like, oh my God, Matt left his bag. You know?
Right. And you know, you have knowledge that...
As far as y'all hear noise because my window's up because it's hot.
We don't hear anything, girl. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
But like, she knew of an idol that Matt had. You have the knowledge. Now, you don't know if it's real or fake, but you knew he had an idol in his bag. Why would you not try to protect him at all costs since you just screwed him over, number one, by not throwing that challenge. So you, and then you trying to rely on Heidi to use an advantage to save him. Well, you don't even know if that's what everybody want to do, girl.
Right.
Please bring that man back, because I'm like, you know what?
But you know what? One thing I will say, I'm glad it was Matt and not Lauren.
Or Jam Jam.
The way these episodes been going, honey, it's like what Danny wants, right? Danny
And
was
that
pissing me
man.
off. I've been seeing a pattern with Danny, not Claire, then Josh. That. Listen, I
Robyn.
clocked the T, you know.
Robyn,
We did earlier.
Listen, us as people of color, we see these patterns, and I don't like it. Whether it's intentional or not, it may not be intentional, but it's like still like the biases are showing, especially when he go up to Franny, Kane, and Carson and ask them all collectively to vote out Lauren. That is giving me the side eye. I'm giving them the side eye, you know?
That is my thoughts exactly. Just earlier before you got here, I said I ain't gonna say it,
right?
But I'm thinking.
I hate to always be that person, but
I'm not gonna say it. I'm thinking it. But we also said if his
next target is Brandon.
Oh, I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
I was like, if it's Brandon next, we have a problem here. Like, no.
Right, and Danny, I was starting to like Danny. You know, he was doing good. He was doing those secret idols and stuff. You know, even though he got caught this week, like Matt put two and two together. Like Danny set me up.
Right, and he told Brandon too. So I'm just like, oh well. But I'm like, if I wasn't gonna say it, I'm still not gonna say it, Danny. But I'm thinking it. I'm thinking it hard.
At you.
I'm looking at you. But I just was just like, this episode just really just did not sit well with my spirit. It was too much power given from the production. Yeah. All the twists and then advantages on top of the twist. It was just too much. And I'm like, Survivor, y'all always have moments created just by being in this game. Moments just happen all the time.
Right.
They don't need production to create moments because those moments aren't natural moments and they're not good.
Mm-hmm.
It just bothered me.
Yeah. But, and I get that vote advantage. I do get it because it's like, oh, maybe that person who's at the bottom on the other tribe has a saving grace by this person voting, but it doesn't matter if Heidi uses it to vote the two people on the bottom, one out of the two people in the bottom. It doesn't help them at all because they're not going to wreck their game for somebody who's potentially going home. So it's like, was that advantage necessary? No.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Heidi stands, well, Jeff says it's time to vote. And Heidi stands up and says, Jeff, I have something. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but I'll just say that I get to control somebody's vote. And that's what I want to do. And Jeff is like, I will confirm that Heidi gets to control one of your votes and tell you who to vote for. And you have to vote for who she says. So Heidi, whose vote are you going to take? And I'm like, are we doing this like this? This is
I thought it was going to be
a public, mama.
Well, no, I thought it was going to be a public announcement, but then they were both going to go up to the urn and be like, no, baby, you're voting for this person. But no, it's all out in public. And I'm just like,
I thought they were going to like have Heidi go up and put in a vote. And then when the person she wants to vote for comes up,
no vote.
Say, your vote, no vote. Vote has been, so nobody knows.
Your vote has been done, whatever,
But I was like, oh, we doing this in the public? Okay.
But I mean, I guess maybe the next episode, everybody's going to know that Heidi, did that because it was so public on the other tribe, right? Even if it was,
everyone was there.
Yeah, everyone saw her get it, so.
Yeah, she saw her get that. I just felt like it was fine for whatever, but then she says, I'm going to take Lauren's vote. And Lauren, you're going to vote for Jam Jam.
And I was
I'm
like,
like,
no, it's over. I was like,
oh.
it's over. It's over. And then the
And
music
Lauren,
that they're playing, and I'm just like,
and then Lauren says,
No.
Jeff, so everybody knows I have this extra vote.
because
So
Robyn, did you know Lauren has an extra vote?
I didn't know. Did you know?
Extra vote? She has an extra vote.
I found out this episode she had an extra vote. Extra vote. She has an extra
I
vote.
found out about halfway through this episode she had an extra vote.
That's the only thing we've heard about Lauren this entire season.
This
Hello.
entire season.
And the fact that she's a teacher. That's it.
It's just, but Lauren was like, Jeff, I have this extra vote. Everybody knows about it. So does she have control of both votes or just one vote? And Jeff was like, just one vote. She was like, per. Okay. And so she votes for Jam Jam, just like she was supposed to.
Mhm.
Then everybody else go and vote. And everybody is assuming that what was going to happen because Jam Jam was going to go because Lauren had this vote and her extra vote. So I'm like, okay.
Well, she didn't use her
Alright.
extra vote. She still has extra vote. Guess what? She still has it.
She still has it.
She was like, just because you know I might use it, don't mean I'm gonna use it. Which I wasn't that mad at for Lauren because I'm like,
No.
why use it? Because I don't have to. I'm just gonna vote.
She could have used it if I mean, and I guess in that case it wouldn't even matter. But like, if Jam Jam and Matt wanted to make another move that was not them, they could have voted her together or whatever. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they
But still, yeah, Jam Jam. If Brandon and Jamie said, fine, we'll all vote for Jam Jam, it still wouldn't matter. Like those two votes still wouldn't matter. So
Yeah.
it was, but then that's not what happened.
We're reading votes.
Jeff reads the votes. Jam Jam gets a vote. Matt gets a vote. Jam Jam gets a vote. Matt gets the vote. One vote left. It was like, one vote left. She ain't used that extra vote. And the eighth person, or was my eighth person voted out?
Eighth person voted out. First member of the jury.
First person in the jury
is Matt.
I clocked it from the beginning of the episode.
Me too.
The most obvious, like, oh, Matt's leaving episode. I was like, if he's not leaving, they did all this for what?
Yeah. I was watching with Robyn and you did clock that at the very beginning. I was like,
yeah, it's over for Mr. Matthew. I enjoyed him this season. You know, I do think getting into the showmans didn't benefit him at all. I think it helped Franny more. I think now it's gonna help. If Franny could navigate and make it to the end, this definitely helps her because she has someone in the jury that's gonna be there for the entirety until the end to advocate for her.
Yeah.
So,
but she gonna have to get it together. She can't let this derail her and have her put on some blinders for revenge for Matt. Like, she can't do that. She got to focus and navigate her way through it fluidly. But we'll see what happens because she was crying a lot in the previews. But I think she'll get through it.
Yeah. So that's that.
yeah. And also, good news. Matt and Franny, they're still together. They're still like.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I saw some interviews with him. So
I saw some like Bloom's interview. Matt said they went for their Ethiopian food like they wanted.
yeah,
That's adorable. That's actually adorable.
It is.
I mean, that's great. I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not a fan of Survivor showmances. I'm not a fan because, like, honestly, I don't feel like Survivor is a place where I feel sexy or because I'm gross and dirty and hungry and smelly, and that's not the place I'm be like, hey cutie, hey, how are you?
Right.
You know, I feel too gross to do that. But if it works for people, good on them. If it lasts out, good on them. I hope they're happy and have a great time and eat all the Ethiopian foods you want. And then maybe Franny paid for it because she won. I don't know. We'll see.
I would like to see that because that's my winner pick.
We'll see.
Despite the chaos and the crying, that's my winner pick. So, though it might slow. My actual winner pick might slowly be shifting to someone else.
Oh.
Does it start with a C?
No.
Oh,
Because that's my winner pick.
I'm sorry, it's not Carson. You're telling me, Logan?
No.
This person is my winner pick.
That is true. Who was yours, Robyn? Was it Matt?
It's Jam Jam, but now I want Carolyn.
Oh.
And now I want Carolyn.
I think there's a lot of people I would like to see win.
I
Obviously,
didn't realize Jam Jam was so on the bottom after watching this, like from the pre stuff that we got before the episodes. I was like, oh, Jam Jam's gonna be this big character. He's gonna do so well. He's gonna control a lot of things, but he's been on the bottom.
Well, and now I want to say the interesting thing as well that I just realized. We now have a 3-3-3 split by original tribe distinction. There are 3 Soka, 3 Rachu, and 3 Tika left.
Yeah.
Despite the swaps, but original.
Like original, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I'm slowly shifting my winner pick choice to Lauren. I just feel like she has everything it takes to win. She's going to take that extra vote and she's going to use it at the right time. And I really do think she is getting an adequate edit based on the winner edits we've seen of the last 3 seasons.
Yes,
Okay.
but
If you remember, not
the other winners, we got a little more than Lauren has been getting.
I
But
would disagree wholeheartedly.
Now, so maybe we'll get a little more, but
I would disagree wholeheartedly and counter that with Erica. Erica was invisible in the edit in the pre-merge of
That's
41.
true. That is true.
yeah,
And
but
so
also that was because her tribe was safe the entire pre-merge.
Well, Lauren's was
Lauren's
too,
was-
to an extent.
So that's what I'm saying.
She was in episode 1 a lot, and then they literally won out.
Mhm.
I mean, Brandon has yet to be not like he's been immune this entire game.
He's been
Literally.
He's been immune this entire game. So
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh, I think. I mean, yeah. I think Lauren has her edit is saying she could be. I think. I want to say Heidi.
I was gonna say as well,
because she has been very invisible up until this point, and if eventually, if she stays on, they will have to start showing her because she's one of the only few people there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not. I feel as much as I said Carson is my winner pick, which I'm still sticking by. I could see some of these women that's left in this game making it to the end because they're going to be very underestimated and people are going to look over, like Danny and Brandon are going to have to come to a head at some point or they're going to win out, period. So somebody's going to end up taking him out. Kane is going to be the next logical target once the 2 of them are gone, if he is still there. But I feel like Kane is going to go either earlier before them because he really has no connections, really. And the only person really wants him around is Carson at this point. So I feel like he might be one of those people that just falls by the wayside, just has to go at some point. But yeah, those guys are going to start looking at each other after a while.
Yeah.
Because neither one of them going to want to sit next to each other at the end.
Yeah.
Because why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's probably that's the only way they have a shot against each other. No offense, like to win.
You're not wrong.
Like the
You're
guys
not wrong.
go with each other because
Yeah.
it's really the only way. Like Dom and Wendell to the end.
Yeah.
I agree. Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we'll see what happens next week. But we'll be back next week at this same time to talk about more Survivor. You all know what to do. Follow, like, subscribe, share. We're trying to reach our goal of 1,000 by the end of the year. Subscribers, that is. So you know what to do. Subscribe and share. Get your friends to subscribe. And because we love doing this for you guys. If you love seeing us or hearing us, you know what to do. Follow us.
we gained a couple over the last day or two. So
we love that.
But
We love that. We want to keep gaining. So follow us on Twitter at @thecup_reality so you can find out when everything drops, when we drop all of our videos. And you know what? Follow us on Twitter. You see us if you just want to follow us. And follow Robyn too. Yeah.
Their link will be below, even though it's not in
Their
the
link
ticker,
will
but
be-
it'll
yeah,
be
in the-
below.
in the- It'll be below. And then, of course, if you want to get the cup merch, you know what to do. That link is down there too, lanagcreations.etsy.com, where you can get all of your merch, cup merch, and other things. There we go.
Work.
So that's it. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.
I thought that was a box of something, Robyn, and I was like, what? I mean, do what you gotta do.
No.